Set the oven to 375. For your dry ingredients, a couple of cups of all-purpose flour, a little old-fashioned, use the sifter, maybe a shade more than the 2 cups. A teaspoon of baking soda, a little bit of salt. Oh, I don't know, I didn't measure it, did I? Set the dry ingredients in a bowl. It always says in a small bowl, but the smaller the bowl, the more that ends up on the countertop. And if we're going to have cholesterol free, we're going to have to take the yolks out of a couple of eggs. Do that just by rolling them back and forth. And then the question is, what do you do with these nice yolks? That's the answer. Yes, dogs are allowed in the kitchen. Then we take a cup of coconut oil and loosely pack it into a microwavable container. But it's pretty much a mix of solids and liquids. And then once we got the oil in there, we're going to take about 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar, and we're going to put in about 2/3 of a cup of maple syrup. Have to get every drop of the maple syrup. It comes from behind the chicken coop where the eggs came from. We don't want to waste any of that. Then we're going to put in a little bit of vanilla. I'd say a little more than a teaspoon, but a little less than a tablespoon. You want to mix the wet ingredients before we get going on the eggs. We'll toss in the eggs. And then we'll fold in the dry ingredients. And if they're a little bit too dry, we add a little bit of more maple syrup. And if they're a little bit too wet, we add a little pinch of flour. Well, maybe more than a pinch. Today we're looking like we're coming out a little bit on the dry side. So we're going to add just a little bit more syrup. And we'll maybe take another, I would say that's a short 1/4 of a cup. It helps to have a mixing fork with a little bit of backbone. Usually I use the 60% cocoa chips. In this case, these are just regular semi-sweets. So then the consistency is such that you can almost get it all on the fork at once. Like that would be a very big cookie. Now this is like a small cookie sheet, but the cookies are going to be big cookies. Find a cookie sheet like this, you go to an auction in about $19.95 and pay 50 cents for 3 of them. You don't put any oil on it. There's enough oil in the coconut oil to keep your cookies from sticking to anything. While the cookies are cooking, you wait patiently in the kitchen. Right, Sisu? That's right. Take our cookies, the pan's cool enough now to be able to touch. Ooh, that's good. That's going to be tasty. Now these sides are going to be a little crispy on the edge, and they're going to be chewy in the middle. If you're looking for a tall, dry cookie, this is not the one.